Hi, my name is Linn and this is the Darbin Orvar channel. Well, as you can see, I have this empty wall behind me where I'd like to store a lot of things. So today I'm going to build a complete French cleat organization system. So let's get going. Of course, the wall didn't start out this way. It was full of things which I had to remove in order to start fresh. And nothing beats a fresh start. Now, my biggest concern is cleaning up these plastic cases which I have underneath the bench, full of screws and nails. They're cumbersome and annoying and I want them out of here, so I need somewhere to organize all of the metal fasteners. Which made me think about one big box, full of cubby holes with lots of little boxes inside. That would be really cool. But let's back up. I have a whole wall here and lots of things that need to be organized. I think a French cleat system would be awesome. French cleats work like this. You have a piece of wood with a 45-degree angle on the wall pointing up. Then you have another 45-degree angle board that you can slip in and it stays put. What's cool is you screw these cleats into the studs and then you can hang things with a 45-degree wood back all across the wall without having to worry about attaching each one individually to the wall. And you can attach anything to this board. A shelf, a cabinet, some kind of holder, anything. And then you can move them around, change things up, do whatever you want. I think that's what we'll do. But first of all, let's go back to the main piece, the screw organizer box. Now, I have this box joint jig I've been working on that attaches to the cross-cut sled I made a couple of videos back for the table saw. It works really well, and you can make different sized joints with a single blade, so you don't need a dado stack, depending on how many times you spin the rod and count and cut. To make half-inch box joints, I have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then spin it 10 times and repeat. You can see how I'm cutting two pieces and one is slightly offset to the other to account for the joint. And it fits beautifully. Now I'm cutting up the shelves to size, counting for the dados. And I'm using the table saw to cut the dados on the sides. Totally, I'm putting in 5 shelves. Then gluing, inserting the shelves in the dados, and clamping everything. Now, to fill up this big box, I'm going to make a ton of little boxes. And I'm using the bandsaw to resaw some material and the miter saw to cut to size. I'm going to use the box joint jig again. However, this time I'm going for 1/8 inch joints. So first I'm drawing a line equaling the size of the joint, and I'm stacking 6 pieces this time, with 3 of them offset. However, this time there's less counting since it's a smaller joint. So 1 cut, 3 spins. 1 cut, 3 spins, and repeat. Then spin the rod back. Turn the pieces around. Align the front pieces to the other marked side. And cut them all again. For the cubbies, I needed 36 boxes. Believe me, that's a lot of boxes to cut. I wanted a hole in the side of each box so you could grab it easily. So I set up a jig on the drill press to create a semicircle in each piece. That worked out great and was a lot faster and easier than cutting the hole on the bandsaw or something like that. And once all that was done, the only thing left was gluing. A lot of gluing. Now, let's move on to a rather vital part of this build, the French cleats. So I'm cutting strips of 3/4 inch plywood with one side at a 45-degree angle. So here you can see how they fit. One 45-degree angle fits into another. Then I'm mapping out where I want them on the wall, how far apart, how many, etc. And marking out where the studs are and countersinking before drilling the cleats into the wall. A little more planning, and I also want to store some of my mallets up high, so just thinking about where exactly they should hang. And here's the view from up on the bench. So I got all the cleats up on the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I might want to put one up here too. Now we have the cleats, so what's really necessary are some more storage units to hang on them. Let's start with a holder for tools and things. So this is the back, and I'm marking out how long of a cleat I need and cutting that up, countersinking, and drilling the sides to the back, attaching the front, connecting the cleat on the back, and putting on a bottom. And there's the holder. I made 2 of those. I love the large box so much, I decided I might as well make another, but a smaller one to hang with a shelf or 2. So I got box joints gluing here, and inserting 2 shelves. I've been meaning to find a better place to keep the mallets I build, out of a drawer, so I decided to build a hanger for those as well. So marking out how far apart they need to be, then sawing down with a panel saw, since it's such a long board. And chiseling out the backs. Then simply putting on a back, and screwing the back onto a cleat. I also wanted to fit some small clamps, so I used the same concept as the mallet hanger, however on a smaller scale, and I cut it up on the bandsaw. And still more boxes to glue up. I wanted to sand and paint all the organizers, so I decided to use my Finish Max HVLP spray gun from HomeRite. I really like how you don't need to pump up a compressor to use the gun, you just plug it into the wall, or the extension cord. And spraying everything nice and white. And I'm just using the cheapest, most basic paint here. So, time to finish the screw organizer. I decided to simply glue and clamp in the dividers for the box. And once all the boxes were glued, I sanded each one to get them nice and smooth. Next, bottoms. So I used 1/8 inch plywood that I cut out, pre-drilled and nailed into each box with little finishing nails. Also chamfered the edges. And that's looking pretty good. So I decided to paint the French cleats because I really wanted a white base for things to pop against. When it came to finishing the large box and the tiny boxes, I used a HomeRite sprayer again, and this time I sprayed polyurethane. I was so happy to use the sprayer because this would have taken me all night to do by hand, and now I did it in a few minutes, which was great. Everything is finally ready. I was so excited to put everything up. I love all the white, and it really looks more like a craft or makerspace here than a wood shop really. It's also so awesome how you can move things around. And then putting on the big box. I really like having the French cleat attached to the back of this because then it won't ever fall over, so it's much more secure to the wall. Then it was simply a matter of putting all the nails and screws in separate boxes. And these can hold quite a bit, really. I just think they're awesome, and I think this whole setup would be great for pretty much any hobby, no matter whether you're into woodworking or electronics, sewing, crafting, jewelry making. Little boxes to organize things are just great. Of course, we have the rest of the wall. Hanging up the shelf. Here I'm organizing all my glues. Oscillating multi-tool. Tapes. Miscellaneous. Shop vac. Clamps. And mallets. Love having them up there, and I have space for lots of more. Actually, the shop vac is one example why the French cleats are really cool. I want to be able to move the shop vac from the drill press to the X-carve. So I have a French cleat on each wall, and now I can easily move it to where I need it, and it's not on the floor in the way. So that's really cool. This video was brought to you by HomeRite, makers of the Finish Max Pro HVLP sprayer, the perfect sprayer for providing a fine finish on your woodworking projects. So it's now complete, and I just love the way it came out. This is one of those projects that just kind of grew and grew. I started out wanting to make an organizer for all the screws and the nails. And then, you know, I thought, oh, that'd be cool to put on a French cleat system. And then I kind of came up with all these additional shelves and storage for all these different things. And it just kind of became bigger and bigger. But now it's ready, and I'm really like the way it came out. Actually, I really like the French cleat system in general. I'm thinking now, after really playing with it some more, that it would be just awesome to put in a kitchen or a craft room or an office, because I love how you can move things around. I mean, I could move these shelves wherever I wanted them, all over the place, and I just think that is so practical, especially when you have like a shelf like this that you might want to move to a different position for different uses. Also, it was really cool that I got so much use out of my box joint jig. I made a lot of boxes for this. I made 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, this was a test one, so 43 boxes all together, and I'm looking forward to making a video about that soon. It really worked really well. Thank you so much for watching. Check the description for more links, and don't forget to subscribe if this is your first time here. I put out projects every week. Otherwise, thank you so much, and don't forget to share and like and comment. I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking. I'll see you soon. Bye.